Hello everyone, nice to see you again. Welcome to this second video of the 9th class of Strategic Management Unit. In this unit we are going to speak about a very special strategy, the Blue Ocean strategy, which is a very kind of new and disruptive strategy in the business world. To put the Blue Ocean strategy into context, we have to go back 2 classes ago and speak about the 3-Porter generic strategies. As you may remember, the 3-Porter generic strategies stated that a company shall decide whether they are going to compete through a cost leader strategy, through a differentiation strategy, or a focus strategy. According to Porter, if you do not choose one of the 3 strategies, you are going to be stuck in the middle. So it's very important for companies to focus, to choose to pick up one of the 3 strategies, cost leadership, differentiation, or focus, and then go 100% of that strategy. Related with cost leader strategy, it involves becoming the lowest cost organization in a dominant activity, and it is due mainly for reasons: the lower input cost, economies of scale, experience, and product and process design. If our company decides to choose the differentiation strategy, we have to be aware that it involves a uniqueness along some dimension that is sufficiently valued by customers to a low price premium. I think that we spoke about Harley Davidson, for example, Rolls-Royce, or whatever. And you have to focus on 2 key issues. You have focus on the strategic customer on whose needs the differentiation is based, and the key competitors, who are the rivals and who may become a rival. And the third strategy of the 3-Porter generic strategies is a focus strategy, which targets a narrow segment and tailors its products or services to the needs of that segment to exclusion to others. So instead of the cost leadership strategy and the differentiation strategy, a focus strategy is not aimed to the general public, rather is aimed to a concrete market segment. And as we saw, according to Porter, if we do not choose one of the 3 kind of strategies, your company has a high risk of being stuck in the middle. Okay, so according to Porter, you have to choose one of the 3 different strategies and then go 100% for it. And we are going to finish the introduction of the Blue Ocean strategy by remember again what we saw 2 classes ago related with the stuck in the middle argument of Porter. As you remember, we spoke about that this is a controversial argument, and according to some studies of strategic management, in some cases you can combine the 3 different levels: cost leadership, differentiation, and focus, and be very successful. And I think that we studied the case of IKEA, for example. Once we have spoken about the introduction of the Blue Ocean strategy, we can tell a definition of such Blue Ocean strategy. Blue Ocean strategy is the simultaneous pursuit of differentiation at low cost to open up a new market space and create new demand. So at the end, a Blue Ocean strategy is running away from the classical 3-Porter strategies and do not focus on low cost, don't focus on differentiation, and it's about creating a completely new market and therefore make the competition irrelevant. Through the Blue Ocean strategy, you are going to create new trends, you are going to break the market, and therefore you do not have to worry about your competition because it's not going to compete with you. You are going to be in another level. We are going to see a brief video by one entrepreneur explaining us what's the Blue Ocean strategy according to himself.
one of the biggest challenges you have as a CEO, as an entrepreneur nowadays is how do you differentiate yourself from your competition? How do you stand out with so much competition that's going out there? Consumers, they have more choices than ever. There's so many competitors entering in your market space. What do you do? The best way, I believe, to do that is through a blue ocean strategy. Now, what is a blue ocean strategy? Now, I want you to imagine this, that you're competing in an environment where there are a lot of competition. We call that the red ocean. There are a lot of sharks, right? It's a lot of blood. And you differentiate yourself by saying, I am better than everybody else. My products are better than everybody else. My services are better than everybody else. But it may or may not be true. And consumers, they are so confused. They're so skeptical and they don't know what is good and what is not good. Just because you say you're better, well, how do I know? A blue ocean is completely different. A blue ocean is finding a marketplace, finding a market space within this environment that's untapped. It makes the competitors irrelevant. I want you to think about taxi. The taxi business has been around a long, long time, right? I have this taxi company, I have that taxi company. Maybe we charge a little bit less, a little bit more. Maybe we have better service. And then guess what? Uber comes along. That's a blue ocean. Completely disrupts the marketplace. It makes the competitors irrelevant and putting a lot of taxi companies, taxi drivers out of business, unfortunately. Good and bad, but that's the capitalist society. That's capitalism being disrupted. So I want you to think about, in blue ocean, what could you do? There are three types of businesses, I believe. The first one is what I call the Me Too business. Yes, right? Me Too. Like I am the same as everybody else. If I put you next to your competitors, the consumers cannot tell the difference. They cannot tell the difference. It's you look like the same as everybody else. You provide essentially the same product and service. Now, then you have what I call the second type of business, which is me better. Now, what is me better? Me better is you are saying, yes, I am better than everybody else, that I'm better than my competitor. Maybe I've been in business longer than my competitors. Maybe I have better team than my competitors. Maybe my packaging is better than my competitor. Maybe my warranty is better than my competitor. Maybe my technology is better than my competitor. It doesn't matter. You're saying I am better. That's me better business. But the best business to be in, or you at least you want to strive to be in, is me only. How can you be the only person in that space that does what you do? That's what you want to do. In my career, I've started a lot of businesses. Some of them are me too, just like the same as everybody else. When I was mowing lawns for people, when I was fixing computer for people, I'm essentially operating just like everybody else. Then I strive to be better than everybody else, right? To have better marketing skill, the better management skill, provide better service, provide better product. That's me better, and that's okay. I make decent amount of money, but really I created tremendous amount of wealth when I found that blue ocean, when I found that me only business, that this is what I do. I am the best in the world at this one thing, that one thing that only I can do. Now you may not be able to get there overnight, but if you can get there just a little bit closer, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be a revolutionary thing. Just the perception in the marketplace, because perception is reality, that if the marketplace can perceive you to be a little bit on me only, just say, hey, you know what, he or she or this company does this that nobody else does. You have dominated the marketplace, and now you have applied the blue ocean strategy. So think about how you can find the blue ocean and dominate it.
As we saw in the video, in the red ocean strategy is called the red ocean strategy. Is called the red ocean because in theory it's full of blood. It's a ocean full of sharks, which are our competitors, and the competition there is very, very difficult. Some characteristic of the red ocean strategy is that you have to compete in an existing market space. You have to beat the competition to be successful. You have to exploit existing demand, and you have to make the value cost trade-off. And you have to align the whole system of a company's activities with the strategic choice of differentiation or low cost, as we have seen. However, in the case of the blue ocean strategy, there is no blood in the ocean, as there are no competitors and you make the competition irrelevant. You create a completely new space. You create uncontested market space, market the competition, make the competition irrelevant. You create and capture new demand. You break the value cost trade-off, and you align the whole system of a company's activities in pursuit of differentiation and low cost. At the end, you, through the blue ocean strategy, are creating value innovation, and that's why blue ocean strategy is so successful. As we have said, the most important thing on the blue ocean strategy is the value innovation. The value innovation is the cornerstone of the blue ocean strategy. The value innovation is about driving costs down while simultaneously driving value up for buyers and for the company. How do you create value innovation? For example, cost savings thanks to the elimination or reduction of non-essential value attributes. You can think, for example, on Walmart and Amazon. This is Amazon with a completely new model, online-based model, with quite less cost, fixed cost. You can achieve value innovation by cost advantages due to economics of scale. You have to think that this kind of blue ocean strategy is focused on high volumes. Cost advantage due to economics of scale generated by high volumes and obtained thanks to a price which appeals to the largest market catchment. And finally, by increasing the buyer's value. Superior value obtained thanks to the rise and creation of value attributes that really matter of the mass of buyers. So you have to focus on what's really important for the customers rather than focus on secondary things. And one very important matrix of the blue ocean strategy is the eliminate, reduce, raise, and create ERRC grid developed by Chan Kim and René Molbour, which is a simple matrix and looks like this. Okay, it helps companies to focus simultaneously on both eliminating and reducing cost and raising and creating value. You can, for example, see eliminate, the quadrant eliminate. You have to wonder which factors that the industry has long competed on should be eliminated. So maybe there's been some factors in the same industry for a lot of years, but they are not really necessary for customers. Okay, so you have to wonder which factors could you erase on that matrix. Another quadrant is about raise, which factors should be raised well above the industry standard. So maybe the customer's satisfaction could be raised, and the current competitors has not been able to break the market, and there is still several factors that could increase the customer satisfaction. Another quadrant is reduce. You have to wonder which factors should be reduced well below the industry standard. Maybe there are a lot of secondary things that they are not really important for customers, and you can count them. You can reduce such cost. And finally, you have the quadrant of create. You have to wonder which factors should be created that in the industry has never offered. So you do not have to focus on your competitors. You have to focus on what factors has been there seen in the concrete industry, so that you might create new value. This eliminate, reduce, raise, and create grid is also called the 4-action framework. At the end, you have 4 factors: reduce, eliminate, raise, and create, that are aimed to create a new value curve. So it's very important to take in account such 4 factors, and if we implement well those 4 factors, we are going to create a completely new value curve. So we are not going to compete with the current competitors. We are going to create a completely new market. A very important tool in the Blue Ocean strategy is what we call the strategy canvas. The strategy canvas is a chart, as you can see here with the Nintendo Wii, which is going to allow your company to see in one simple picture all the factors an industry competes on and invests in, what buyers receive, and what the strategic profiles of the major players are. So at the end, the strategy canvas is a diagnostic framework which captures the current state of play in the non-marketplace, and through the strategic canvas we are able to see where the competition is, and the strategic canvas is going to show us what factors the industry currently competes on. You have here the example of the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, which, as you can see, was completely disruptive. The price was cheaper, and the target, the segmentation target of the Wii was non-gamers. So at the end, through several years, the Wii finished beating the traditional game industry. And here you can see another strategy canvas, in this case of the case on Netflix and the traditional cable TV. As you may see, through the strategy canvas, the price, the commercials on Netflix was lower, the price of Netflix was lower, and however, the things that Netflix gave to its customers were higher. For example, parental content filtering, movie selection, devices can watch on, ability to view full sessions, ability to watch from any location. So as you may see, Netflix is another example of a blue ocean strategy. It's about an example of creating a completely new market without no competitors, and in which the competitors are absolutely irrelevant. So we can say that there are three main characteristics of the blue ocean strategy. First of all, focus on the important areas and not on every single area. So it really focus on what's important for customers. Second, divergence away from the competitors' offerings. So you do not have to worry about what your competitors are doing. You have to just focus on your business model. Finally, compelling, tackling, simply, easy, authentic communication. There is a lot of examples of blue ocean strategy. Here you can see one, for example. You all are going to know that the hotel industry is a highly competitive industry. It is a red ocean full of competitors, full of blood. And then Airbnb arrived, and Airbnb do not have competitors, or their competitors are very small. Airbnb create a blue ocean. They do not worry about booking. They do not worry about other hotels. Airbnb was able to create a disruptive business model and create a new market with new target customers. Here you can find an ERRC grid of the blue ocean strategy of Airbnb. For example, Airbnb eliminated the big name overall. Airbnb raised the visual design, the reviews for other guests, the variety of room types. You can find from $10 or $20 bed to a very luxury village in the Airbnb. Social network influence. Airbnb reduced the price, reduced the quantity of service, and reduce as well the safety. And Airbnb create homestay accommodation, interaction between host and guest, connect with local culture, and sense of belonging. So Airbnb eliminated hassles to find hotels, locations, excess cost, etc. And Airbnb, for example, created a new and uncontested market. And finally, with regard with the creation of value, Airbnb provides with unique places and with the interaction with locals and meeting new people. And to sum up, this is the strategy in which companies should focus the most: how to make your competence irrelevant, how to open new markets. Do not focus on low-cost leadership, do not focus on differentiation strategy, do not focus on market segments, just focus on how to create a completely new market with completely new customers, and so that you do not have to worry about your competition. This is how Amazon started, this is how Uber started, this is how Apple thought with the iPhone, for example. This is how Airbnb arrived, and this is how all companies should focus in value, innovation, rather in the three border strategic, classical strategies. Well, thank you very much, students. We have finished here the second video of the 9th class. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.